My name is Rachel, and I grew up in pretty rural North Carolina. This is my truck. She is a 2015 Toyota Tundra. I also do a lot of freelance photography and videography, and I'm also a content creator. Come take a tour. Something I really love about this kitchen is the bamboo countertops and the aluminum cabinetry. This camper was constructed for very rugged off-roading, which I do quite often, so I really love that. I guess a con would definitely be it's not the biggest kitchen, but me and my pup, we make it work. Before living in this camper, we lived in my car for a year, so we're used to not having a ton of space. I have my little box of tea and spices and oil. I have an air fryer, which was one of the best purchases that I've made on the road. This is my sink, folds down. My sink also has hot water, which is super nice for doing dishes. Under my sink is where I keep all of my plates and pots and pans and forks and whatnot. And then when it's time to cook, I have two different types of stoves. I have this little butane stove that normally I cook in here. I also have a larger propane stove that I keep inside my truck when I want to cook outside. Over here, I have my 69-liter fridge freezer from Truma. I think this is like the perfect size because I can be off grid and stock up on food for like a week or two and not run out of food, which is super ideal. I have a 20-gallon water tank. It is under here. And I can normally last about a week if I'm conserving water. I have 200 amp hour batteries from Dakota lithium batteries. I have 2 solar panels on the top, and that keeps everything powered. My Starlink, my charging, my camera and computer and everything, my lovely air fryer. And this is the panel that controls everything. My power is from Victron Energy, and then for Truma, I have a Truma water heater, normal heater, and outdoor shower. I have a ton of exterior lights, which is super nice because when I'm camping alone and it's dark out, it feels a little bit less scary when my area can be lit up. My name is Rachel, and I grew up in pretty rural North Carolina, and I started traveling very young with my sister. I worked 2 jobs all through high school, and all throughout high school I would go backpacking Europe and South America with my sister, and that really sparked my love for travel. When I was 18, I moved to Brazil, which is where my family is originally from. I moved there at 18, ended up getting married, and I stayed there for 2 years, and the relationship ended like super sudden, and I kind of had to restart my life, and that's when I started living in my car. I lived in my Jeep Renegade with my pup for a little over a year until I got the truck. This is actually my 3rd truck camper. I lived in the back seat of the truck for 2 months, and then I got my first truck camper, which was a $1,700 camper, and it actually got destroyed in a windstorm in Mexico. So I had to replace that with my camper number 2, which was a Palomino, which was a little bit more of an upgrade, but it wasn't ideal. It didn't really fit my truck. I had that for about 3 months, and then a few months ago, I finally got this camper, which is like my dream camper, the 2023 Backcountry Camper from OEV, and it's been the perfect adventure rig for me and my pup, and I'm super thankful for it, and I love it so much. This is my workspace over here. I am a content creator and photographer. I also work for a marketing agency, so I'm constantly here working on my laptop. This is a swivel table from Laguna, and it's also a bamboo, which I love. This is my little couch over here. These couch coverings are waterproof, which is really nice for my dog that loves to get dirty. Underneath here, I have some more storage, which I normally keep my work stuff down there. Over here, I have these little boxes with my cosmetic stuff, and this is my little bookshelf. What I'm reading right now is Wild by Cheryl Strayed. It's just a very inspiring book. I watched it when I was a kid and really inspired a lot of my adventures. And also reading The Creative Act, if you haven't read that, it's amazing. So over here is my bed. It is a full-sized bed with, I think, 2 or 3 inches of memory foam. This camper is actually a pop-up, so it pops up to about 6.5 feet, pops down to, I don't know, maybe 4 feet. It's super easy to pop up and down because it's on gas struts. Same thing with my bed. My bed actually pops up and I have underbed storage for all of my clothes. That's also on gas struts. One of my favorite things about van life in general is when I get to park somewhere beautiful and watch sunrise from bed. So that window over there is an emergency exit. I can open it completely and enjoy a beautiful view without actually getting out of bed. I think that's one of the best things. Full breakdown of the cost of my rig, starting with the truck. I bought the truck last November for $28,000, but I did a lot of different upgrades to the truck. I upgraded the suspension, shocks, and upper control arms. That cost about maybe $8,000 or $9,000. I also upgraded the wheels and the tires, which cost about $2,500. And then the Backcountry Camper from OEV was about $55,000. For work, I do a lot of different things. Being a full-time freelancer, it's really essential to have a lot of different streams of income. My main job is I'm the director for a tech startup. We're called Popfly. I also do a lot of freelance photography and videography, and I'm also a content creator. This is my 2015 Toyota Tundra. She has a 2.5-inch lift by Dobinsons. I have 35-inch tires from Kenda and these awesome Sahara wheels from Nomad wheels. I also had to update the suspension on my truck for it to be able to handle this camper. I updated the upper control arms as well. On my camper, I have this exterior storage, which I use for all of my dog's things. And over here, I have my propane tank, and I also keep extra little propane bottles and butane bottles. Over here is where I fill up my water tank, and over there, I have some extra storage on the side of my camper for more things. This is the 2023 Backcountry Camper from Overland Explorer Vehicles. I love this company because they make some of the best lightweight, durable campers on the market. They're designed for extreme off-roading, which I love taking my truck out on dirt roads and bumpy roads, so it was perfect for all of my adventures from Alaska to Mexico, all around the States. It's just the best camper. So it's super easy to set up my outdoor shower. First, I take this off and I turn my water heater on. I have to leave it for like 15 to 20 minutes. And then I plug in my shower right here, turn it all the way to hot. Whoop. It's a little dusty out here. And yeah, outdoor shower. Staying safe as a solo female traveler has always been something that I have to keep in mind. Very often when traveling with my dog really helps because he's big and scary. Not his personality, but he looks a little intimidating. One thing I always do is let somebody know where I'm going if I'm gonna be out of service for a while. I always try to prepare, read reviews of places that I'm going, and I think the biggest thing about staying safe on the road is always trusting your intuition. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. For example, if I get to a campsite and I feel uneasy, I won't stay there, no matter, I won't discount it thinking I'm being dramatic. I just always listen to my gut, and I haven't had that many scary experiences on the road, knock on wood, thank God. But I think trusting your gut and listening to your intuition is a huge, huge part of it. And it gets easier as you travel more alone. Living on the road has been one of the most empowering experiences. I think most people are braver than they think, and if you just really go after it, you'll surprise yourself. So if you're scared to start living on the road, don't be. Just lean into that fear and do it anyways. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to follow along my journey all the way down to Mexico, you can follow my Instagram @Sunray, also my TikTok and YouTube @Sunray as well. See you on the road.